Hey everyone, it's Ashlina. Welcome back to my channel. Happy The Warning Wednesdays. I'm really excited about watching so much more of the Warnings content, especially older stuff. So I think what I'm going to do for the next poll is put on some stuff that I haven't done from early on in the Warnings career. So I'm really excited to do that. So if you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. Or if you're interested in joining the poll for what I'm about to watch the following weeks to come, you can join my Patreon for free, or you can support it. Totally up to you, but you're more than welcome to join for free. You can vote, you can comment, all of that good stuff. So today we are doing the interview for Ones to Watch. I'll be honest, I've never heard of this channel before, so pardon my ignorance, but it's The Warning, and The Warning Army knows everything when it comes to whatever they are doing in terms of interview or live performances. So that's what we're watching today. It's just over 30 minutes, I believe. So let's get into it and I'll tell you my thoughts along the way. Do you guys hear the thunder? It is a rainy, rainy day in Toronto.
Hi, this is Ones to Watch Chef's Choice. I'm Abby Kenna, and today I'm joined by The Warning.
Hi. We are The Warning.
I'm Danny. I'm the guitar player.
I'm Pau, and I'm the drummer.
I'm Ale, and I'm the bass player.
Yes.
We are very happy to be here.
Oh my god, that was like the most concise intro I've ever gotten.
Yeah.
Usually I just go, here I'm with The Warning.
Silence.
Awkward silence. That was beautiful. I've been doing Spanish lessons in the car while I drive to work.
Oh my God.
So I've been trying to listen to everything you guys say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Are you
I'm on
getting
lesson
anything?
10. So
Okay.
I'm pretty early.
What do you know how to say?
Not much.
You can say hola.
I can say hola. I've been learning like the conjugation of verbs. It's actually a very interesting way to learn
It's
Spanish.
so hard.
It's hard.
Conjugation of verbs, like there's just so many options. Like there's so many tenses to do things, and it depends if like it's plural or not plural.
Yeah.
It's hard.
I think I can speak for the three of us. Even though we're Mexican, Spanish was our worst subject in school.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
For sure.
It's a
It's
hard
so
language.
hard.
Yeah.
Did you grow up bilingual?
Yes, we
Yes.
did.
I
Okay.
mean, we're born and raised in Mexico. We still live in Mexico.
Yeah.
But the school that we went to was bilingual, so we learned both languages.
Okay, very cool.
so
But
cool.
Spanish is hard. So kudos to you.
I'm trying. I'm like, I live in LA. It feels like a true disservice to live here and not know Spanish. So
True.
I get that.
doing my best. But how long are you going to be in the city?
Oh, just for a little while, I think. Like a week.
I think we have 3 days left. And we
Really?
leave.
Oh, wow.
Yes. We were
my
here.
God.
Yeah.
Time
We
goes
were,
by
we were
so
supposed to be here for
fast.
5 days, and I think we've been here for 2.
Already?
Or is it our second day?
I don't know.
I don't
Time
know.
is weird.
That's a short trip.
It
Yeah.
is. It was
It's quick
very
little
fast.
just
Well, what
highlight.
have you been up?
I kind of love the fact that they have no idea where they are, how long they're going to be there. Their schedules are so jam-packed. I'm not surprised. I'm really not surprised that they're shocked how long they've even been in one city. It's not surprising.
Up to?
Well, we've been speaking about our music, honestly. We've
been doing
fun.
promo. We've been doing promo.
Hey.
Just fun.
I love
Yes,
that.
it is.
Well, you have your album coming out in about a month.
Yes, we do.
Insane.
So I'm guessing it's a lot of promo revolving around that. How are you feeling?
For sure. Excited more than anything. We can't wait for this project that we've been working on for the last year. Well, it's been a lot of years in the making, but I feel like this last year was kind of like the culmination of all that hard work and just kind of like record it, write it, everything. And yeah, Keep Me Fed, which is our album, comes out
June 28th, right?
June 28th.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
I was gonna like
4
Yeah.
weeks or something like
That's
that.
insane.
That's
Wow.
insane. That's so crazy.
it is.
Yeah, so you say it's been years in the making. Is that like the writing and recording process, or just like all of the work you've been doing as a band leading up to the album?
I feel like all the work that we've been doing.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you say that we've been working on this for so long, but I feel like this is the shortest time we've ever worked on an album.
I mean, you're right.
Because we were touring a lot. We've been touring so much since like 2022. So we really wrote the whole thing and recorded the whole thing last year in between tours. We did like, I mean, we had little
insane.
snippets like
Yeah.
of like
That's
from
what
the
I meant.
past,
Like there's like songs that started in 2021, but like
but like we finished them this year. But more than I feel like we lived 10 years last year. So it feels like we've been working on this album for a long while. But really it was just such a quick process because we were touring. Like we had a month of touring. We would come back 1 week. We would like write and record 3 songs, then leave again.
Oh my
Come back
gosh.
and write more and record.
Chaos, complete
It was
chaos.
crazy, but I actually really enjoyed the process.
Yeah.
And you know, it made the album what it is. So like,
Yeah.
destiny.
Kind of like fueling off of that chaos.
For sure.
Yeah,
For
Exactly.
sure.
Ooh,
I
what a nice way to put it. Yes, I love
I
it.
do my best. I feel like I would have a really hard time like feeling like at home when I come home if I were out of my house so much. Like, do you feel grounded? How are you like in your head?
Oh my god.
Oh.
Yeah, like going back home.
Very
Heavy
deep.
hitting
Yeah.
questions.
Going back home is the best.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, I know we're always together though. Like we live in the same house and everything. So
Yeah.
we do give ourselves space when we come back from tours specifically. Cause like after living in a bus together for like a month and a half, you're like, please let me not see you for a day.
Right.
But
like,
I come back home and I take like 3 days to be like, I am actually
here.
home. I am in
It's
the same
weird.
place for more than
Yeah.
24 hours. Awesome. But honestly, it's just very relieving. Like you're on your bed, you have your shower, you have your bathroom, you have your food, you have like
Yeah.
the same environment for a while. And like when we go back home, it's not like we go back home for more than like 2
2
weeks.
weeks.
that's right.
Like
Wow.
we go
Yeah.
back to touring. Like we just came back from a month-long tour in Europe. It was our first headlining tour in Europe.
Casual flex.
It was awesome. It was like 19 shows in 24 days. All of them were sold
Wow.
out. It was just
insane.
insane. So many things happened. And then we came back to Monterrey for like 10 days. And now we're here. And then we go back for another like 8 days. And we leave for Japan for like
Whoa,
half a
right?
month.
Have you been to Japan before?
No. Never.
That's always an
I think it's so crazy that Pau is so up to date on her schedule. Pau seems really knowledgeable about what their schedule looks like. And I love that when it seems like Danny's just like, I don't know where I am. But it's kind of nice to see how their personalities differ in that sense, where Pau's like, first we're doing this, then we're doing that, then we're doing this, then we're doing that. And Danny's like, where am I? That's so crazy.
exciting
Yes.
new venture. Oh, that's going to be a lot of fun.
It's
It
going to be
is.
great.
It's
We're
gonna
very
go.
excited about it.
Yeah.
But yes, so coming back home is always like, you have to concentrate.
Yeah. It's
like-
really nice, but it's weird being in the same place for so long. And like when you tour, so much happens every day. And then you get back home and you're just like
Still.
there's nothing going. It's
Whoa.
just so weird, but it's always really nice to be back home.
For sure.
And I think that is something that is very special about this album in particular that's new because we recorded it in our hometown.
I
Oh,
love
really?
that.
It's our
Yeah,
first time
that
that
was
we did
so
that.
special
Yeah.
for us.
Wow, is that
For
like
sure.
a new producer you were working with just for this album?
Yes.
Yeah, our producer is called Anton DeLost.
We met him
Um,
in LA.
We met him in LA.
We
which
were
is funny.
like in the middle of a tour and we had
Okay, that's interesting because, like, I didn't know they recorded it in their hometown. So Anton must have had to fly there. So I'm really curious about that process because obviously he has a life in LA, he has family, all that good stuff. I'm curious, like, how often he had to fly there and back. That's a lot of work.
a writing session with him. We did not want to go. We were extremely tired. Like
That's
we were
awesome.
we were finishing the tour and we were like, we're so tired. But like we went there and Anton was not answering his door. And we're like, we're gonna leave. Like this guy is not out here. And then he opened the door and then we started working and we just instantly clicked. Like there was just so
Yeah.
much chemistry. And we wrote a song and then we wrote another song. And then it was like, you should produce. And we
You should
invited
produce.
him to Monterrey. Like a lot of producers rarely want to head down to Monterrey, Mexico and like work with us there. But it was very important for us to like be able to go back home. Because I
Yeah.
can't imagine like touring for 2 months and then heading to LA and staying there for 3
Yeah.
weeks.
and then heading back on tour.
God, no.
Yeah, no.
So Anton was like, I would love to go down to Mexico. So we worked there and it was really special, like sharing our culture that way, working in a place where we had our food, we had the people that we loved, we had our culture,
we
our
would sleep
language.
in our home. You know,
Yes.
that was.
It's
It was
surprising to me that
awesome.
more producers wouldn't want to do that because I feel like the artists would be more in their element, being where they feel at home.
And-
Sure.
I mean, the producers would also feel more in their element, being
yeah, like with their
in their
specs,
studios.
their studios.
But three
we
against
get it.
one, you guys win.
Yeah,
exactly.
Well, I have so many questions, but I would love to know where listeners should start to get to know their music.
If you want to get to know the warning, well,
Yeah.
we have 10 years as a band.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Decade.
Yeah,
Look,
2015 was your first release, right?
Yeah.
Oh my
It's
God.
insane. So there's a lot to pick from. But like I feel like from right now, you should definitely start with well, let's start with that song that we wrote like with Anton for the first time.
It would be sick.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Sick is the first song we wrote.
Okay, I have to say this, the editing of this video. So I don't know this channel at all. But like kudos for them for getting an interview with The Warning. Like that's epic. I'm jealous, obviously. But the editing, like I love that they included the song, but I don't love how it transitioned, if that makes sense.
Like officially for this album.
Yeah.
And I
Okay.
feel like it really encompasses like this new step that we started taking with our music.
Like sonically or just like with the intentionality of it? What makes it different?
I think sonically for sure. And also I feel like mentality though. Like we grew so much as people because of we had a lot of experiences from the last album that we had to this one. We toured a lot, we met a lot of new people, and I feel like all of that kind of like made us grow a lot.
For sure.
So different mentality on how to like let's say what we want to say. Yeah.
Yeah, the stakes are higher when there's more people watching, I think.
Yes,
Yeah.
there was a new element of pressure, definitely.
Yeah.
Of like, okay, this is like our first album with our record label was Error.
Yes.
But it was during the pandemic. It was just such a weird time.
Yeah.
But now we grew so much over the past 2 years as a band that we did feel like we have to prove ourselves now. Like we really have to show that this momentum that we're having, that we've been working on, is culminating into like this just
Something cool.
good album. Yeah,
Yeah.
great album. Amazing album.
Yeah,
fantastic
let's
album.
go.
The album.
Exactly.
Well, I'm curious what sort of like sonic influences you guys were leaning on when you were writing this album then, if it is a bit of a different sound.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of those because we listen to a lot of different types of music.
Yeah, do you have
especially,
different
like, you
music
do.
tastes?
Yes. Well, between ourselves, yes.
Yes.
We do appreciate almost kind of like everything. But I think, well, Ale, you can talk about like your
Your face like, what am I going to talk
because
about?
this is it's not that surprising to me, but like you have this new like wave of like French, like
What is it? French?
is it disc?
pop?
No, pop.
Is it
This-
jazz?
I
Electro.
don't-
Whoa.
I don't know. I feel like a lot of people would expect us to only listen to rock, but I feel like that's what makes like writing special. It's like taking all these different influences and making them your own, and, like applying them to like your own music. I love like Polo en Pan and like L'Impératrice and like a lot of French pop disco. I listen
That is
to
so
that most of the
underground.
time.
Yeah.
So cool.
But
love
I
it.
really like it. Like I feel like that's what I listen to most of the time. And like somehow you get inspiration from everything you listen to.
Yeah,
and
like
just-
rhythmically, like
and-
what they do with their melodies and their phrasing. And stuff
Yeah.
like that.
I mean, I write music as well. And I feel like the things that I'm influenced by, like I'll sit down to write a song exactly like that and it'll be a completely different genre at the end
Yeah.
of the day.
That does
For sure.
happen.
And like, yes, you are trying to emulate the artist that you love, but you're putting your voice.
At the end of the
Honestly.
day, it's just such a different outlet.
Yeah.
Like, you don't live these experiences in the same way. You don't hear music in the same way that people
Totally.
do. Like it's just such an individual experience. And I feel like that's what makes songwriting so great. Because I have my individual experience and I have my individual references and inspirations. And she has some and she has some. But we are a band. Like we have one same voice at the end of the day.
Right.
It's one same outlet. So the three of us have to mix all of this in like this little melting pot and just make it like be the three of us. And it's just such a cool process. And with this album, we started writing with other people as well.
Okay.
So adding somebody else who we had never met before into that mix. And also we write in English, but our creative process is in Spanish.
Yes.
So like it was so different of having to explain ourselves creatively.
Yeah.
Oh, that
in
is
English.
super interesting.
It was
Yeah.
Because
really
if you have an English speaking collaborator, you can't, I
Yeah.
guess.
It was like we would have to like huddle up
It would be like,
and,
what's
like,
the word?
find the words to communicate ourselves properly. But it was fun. It's always
Yeah.
fun being like the only Spanish speaking people in the room.
honestly
Honestly,
really
yeah.
fun.
it's really cool because like we can be that united front, you know, like we
Yeah.
can be that. Because then it's really confusing for like when another writer comes into the room and Danny has an opinion and I have another one and she has another one and they're like, who in the band am I supposed to listen to?
what do you
So-
mean? Listen to all of us. Yeah.
So it's like we
Exactly.
have to be on the same page,
Right.
And that really helps us.
Well,
to,
not that
like-
we have to be.
I think that's so interesting because, you know, as a band, they all have their own different ideas. And it's interesting to figure out how they decide which idea works best. And listening to Keep Me Fed, I don't even know. This album is so phenomenal. It's mind-blowing. Every piece of every song is epic. So for them to, maybe there's different versions of each of these songs. Maybe Apologize didn't have Pow screaming. Maybe there wasn't those whispery tones in Danny's voice in some of the songs. So I'm curious, with all of the ideas that they had, how did Anton get to choose which one? Or did they just have to like collaborate? Or did they just have to like be collaborative in the sense that maybe, okay, Danny, you're right this time. Like, let's do it this way. Or did they test out all those theories and be like, you know what? Allie's way is better. Let's do it that way. You know what I mean? I'm just so curious.
But we like to be,
Yeah.
you know,
Yes,
it's like
it's
kinda
less
like,
confusing.
It's cool.
Yeah, like we like to be at least like in agreement onto like where we're
Yeah.
headed.
I'm curious, like, which do you
the
feel like are
editing.
each of your strong suits in a songwriting session? Like, do you have, like, is someone a better top?
I'm sorry, but like, I don't think interviews should ever be edited. Ever. I think they should just show us all the raw footage. This is driving me nuts. But whatever, it's fine. It's fine. It was probably maybe a lot of dead space that they just wanted to edit out so this video wouldn't be too long.
Liner? Does someone prefer to focus on, like, rhythm?
Right. Well,
Ooh.
Yeah.
Pow is
That's a really
definitely
good question.
the creative, like,
Yeah.
mind in it. I feel like.
I feel like I'm the engine in some sort of way.
Yeah, I know
Oh,
you are. Because
okay.
like you started out and
Yes.
then
Like,
engine is
when-
quite a
when-
word for
yeah,
it,
yeah,
but yes.
and no, but actually
it makes sense.
that's like
Yeah.
it makes sense because like
Yeah.
you get it going and with your ideas and like with your bass like that gets
Danny,
us like
yeah,
just
like
moving.
working with
Moving,
me
yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Ooh,
I like
yeah,
that.
the engine.
It sounds so official.
But in these songwriting sessions, like sometimes we would like be top lining for such a long time,
Mhm.
like hours and hours of just top lining. And for me right now, I feel like that's my favorite part of songwriting. Just like
It's really
having a good, because I feel like you can, if you have a good top line, everything will
We'll
just
fall into place.
fall into place. So my goal for like in this point is like to become like the absolute most amazing and like flawless, seamless, smooth top liner
I love her.
in the world. Like I
Look
just want to
at
be
that.
able to
In the world.
In the world.
I love it.
Sick. That's manifested.
fun.
I like that.
I totally
for sure.
hear that, though. I feel like, obviously, production lends itself a lot to, like, the way the song is
Yeah.
perceived by the audience. But if you can, like, take away everything and just play a song acoustically and have it be a good song,
Yeah.
I think that's, like,
That's the key.
timeless. Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Very.
What do
Mhm.
you guys think
Oh,
are your
yeah.
roles in the songwriting
Well,
session?
you know what? I think Ale is definitely the biggest decision maker. When we have like
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
we have like
that's true.
1,000 options for everything, she's just like, we need to pick one, and she just like knows which one.
That's so
I
weird
feel like
because
you
I hate
discard the
decisions. Yeah, I
garbage.
do. No, I do because I hate making decisions. But when it comes to that, actually, like I listen to things and I'm like, that's horrible. Like,
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
like,
That
And
is
she can
all
say
it
it
is
like
what
that.
it is.
Yeah,
That's
and I'm like,
so
oh, it's-
important.
That's so good because like
the
you will get
decisive
lost
brain.
in
Yeah.
the millions of options that you have, and you kind of like are attached to all of them, and Ale can be
Yeah.
like, it's this.
Yeah.
Ta-da.
Okay, so that really just answered my question. Allie's kind of the one that's like, that's garbage. This is better. And they're just like, yep, we agree.
The mediator.
Slay.
For you, I feel I don't know how to say it without it sounding like weird, but
Say it
you're
weird,
the
then.
one who like is constantly like spouting things out.
Mhm.
Like
all the time.
Yeah.
if I am the engine, Danny's like the fuel. Like she
Ooh,
look at me. Look at her with these analogies. But I feel like sometimes when I have an idea, sometimes I can't find the things that I'm looking for, and Danny's just constantly saying every single little thing that comes to her mind when we're
Mhm.
songwriting.
That's right.
And we have Google Docs, and like she's always in the dock just like writing, even if it's nonsense, but that stuff leads you somewhere.
It usually is.
Yeah.
It usually is.
But out of that nonsense, you
we start
You start
doing
building
little
on
you
things.
guide me. Yeah.
Nice.
This is so
Same.
beautiful.
Nice.
Yes, I like we're such a good team. I love it.
Were you guys close growing up too?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, I
Definitely.
can kind of see that.
It would be
Yeah.
insane if we were and we were just like, actually, we
One
hate
day
each
just
other.
clicked, yeah.
I know.
No, but
Even I know that we started doing this since we were like
Really young.
super tiny, but even
Babies.
before that, I do remember just being like,
yeah, we've always been
completely
best friends.
We've
Like,
always been.
I mean, Pao and I do remember this when we were really young. Like
we did not
couldn't
get
be
along.
like if we were 5 minutes like with each other, we would fight like all the time.
But I just
No
want to give
way.
the context that like we're talking about when she was 4 and I
Yeah.
was 6.
And
Like,
we
we
were
were
really
took
young.
my
Understandable.
crayon or
Like,
whatever.
we would
Kids,
fight all
kids.
the time.
Wait, what's the
but-
age difference? So 2 years?
in
2 years and 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, almost 3.
Almost 3.
Almost
You're
3.
right.
Right.
Between us.
That's
Yeah.
like just close enough where you are like at the best friend age
Exactly.
where you'll yell at each
It-
other.
It was just like so serendipitous, everything. But yeah, we get along just great. And I feel like since we've always had that connection when we're working in every single aspect of our jobs, we know each other so well. And we generally just always want what's best for each other.
Yeah.
So even if it like, I know that my sisters will push me doing things that maybe I'm like not super comfortable with, but I know that it is like for my like
Best
for me to
interest,
grow
yeah.
best interest. Thank you. And we will do that for each other. And also like we're always just so together in the sense that we grow together. Like
Yeah.
all these experiences instead of like I feel like it's super easy in this industry to have these experiences make you grow apart because you start living so much and you live it in such a different way. Like there's no way to go through all that touring, all those experiences and live them in the same way. Like
No
there's
way.
no way.
Yeah.
But for us to be living it in a different way, but still like
connecting
connect within it and like be able to see like I see you, they see me and just grow that way together. I feel like that's what being sisters is about, I think.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
blood family, but also chosen family.
For sure.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, yeah.
So supportive. Well, I would love to know what song off of the album would represent like this era of you. What is the entree of The Warning?
The entree. Dun dun dun.
So true, yeah.
no pressure. No pressure.
It can be multiple too. I mean, 3 members in this
Okay.
band, so
But I was thinking about like we kind of talked about like what we were gonna
Yeah.
choose, but I feel like we should switch the ones that we said
Okay.
Oh.
Talk about it.
because like you
we hear
said
you.
surprise me,
like,
yeah.
That represent us
that
right
represents this
Mm.
new era of like it's like our best foot forward, you know? Like for
Mhm.
me,
So
that
that's
would be automatic sun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Silence at midnight just feels like your nails down my back.
I love this song so much.
Try not to think about it too much. With the weight of everything's just an unavoidable headache. But you got me begging, stay. Burning your automatic sun.
Yeah, I
Okay.
feel like it's just such a perfect mix of what we've been
I could do a
doing
whole video of
over
me
the past 10
lip-syncing to
years
The
and what
Warning.
we want to do for the next 10 years
It is
in
the
like
perfect
one
mix.
song. Yeah. Ooh, I don't know where I'm getting these like incredible
you're
one
She's on the ball today.
I'm
What we
living
couldn't
for it.
do for like a song, we could
Yeah,
do
we
with it.
exactly.
We searched for the one-liner song for the whole record, but
And we didn't
We're
find
not
it.
able to get it.
not this
Oh,
time
no. Not
around.
a
Not this
single
time.
time.
Not this time around.
It'll
but
come when you're not
shit.
searching for it.
Exactly.
That's
We
what-
always said that.
That's what we landed on. It's like, you know what? It will come to us when it needs to.
It
Also,
never
there
did.
are one-liners throughout this album.
If you think so,
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, the what's the one that starts with hell?
oh, you call
How
it
you call a dream?
I mean,
Oh, well.
that's a line in
okay,
itself.
okay.
Yeah.
You're right. You're
You're
right.
right.
You're like, not good
Yeah,
enough, but fine.
Yeah.
So
But
what is
okay.
the mix in Automatic Sun that we're getting? Like the past, the warning, and the new, the warning.
You know what? I think in this album, not that we didn't before, but we kind of like let ourselves let loose a little bit more. You know, have fun with the musicality of it and the themes. Because, you know, as non-English speakers, like native speakers, we kind of like always had to like express ourselves. Like we know how to use the language. We have to like we
prove
can
ourselves.
write
Ourselves,
Yeah.
deep meanings and always, and we just kind of like, you know what? In this album, we're just gonna like say what needs to be said. Actually, like make it simpler. It's
Yeah, like be a little
it's
bit more
fun.
on the nose. I feel like people take simplicity as a negative thing sometimes, but writing simple lyrics that say what they
Yeah.
need to say is so
It's so
freaking
hard.
hard.
So much harder than
So
the
much
poetic
harder.
stuff.
It's
For
so much
sure.
harder than like to invent some type of metaphor and have people figure it out by themselves.
Yeah.
So like
no, that's so
actually
true.
saying what you need to say without
In
it
the space that you have to say
without
it.
sounding
Oh.
cheesy or whatever. It was such a challenge for us. Like it was something so new,
Yeah.
but it was like we did let loose. We were like,
We
okay.
did.
So automatic sound for me, the way that it represents like what we did and what we're doing.
Mhm.
I feel like there is that pop sensibility in the melodies,
Mm.
but it is like there's such a
It's
hard
heavy.
hitting riff throughout the whole song all the time. And then you have those breaks where Ale and I, like you fall back into Ale and I,
Mhm.
like we're just playing, you're just singing. That is
Yeah.
like such an emblematic thing that we
It's
do.
so
Like
good.
it's just your
It's a
voice
thing.
shines for a second.
Yes.
And then like that outro,
Ooh,
Or it's just
that
like,
outro
boom,
is
like it hits you.
everything.
Yeah.
it's just a power moment, which I
It's a
feel
little bit
really
of everything.
represents us like live.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
I feel like it's very encompassing of what we do.
It has a little bit of everything. I think one of like the comments that most hit me that I read throughout the release of Automatic Sun is
Mhm.
like, it's so weird that this song is a song that I can dance to, but also headbang to.
Yeah.
Like it's that kind of weird mix, and we're like,
Awesome.
you know what?
That
I
was
love
the
that.
point.
Yeah.
That was the
Yeah.
point.
So true.
That is
So
so
good.
great. I feel like we don't, especially with like an all-female band, we don't like get a pop rock blend truly.
Mhm.
Like the industry wants us to be fully rock Metallica or
yeah.
fully pop, like pop star.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I love this. Like it's
you.
distortion, but then also like the pop melodies.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So
It can
incredible.
work. Yeah, for
thank
sure.
you.
It can work. And I love what you said about like power representing your live performance. I watched the VMAs videos. Killer.
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah.
You all did the same exact thing. you all tilted your head.
We're
Sister
together all the
thing.
time,
Yeah.
and it shows.
You're linked.
Yeah.
You're linked.
Yeah.
You have tours coming up? Question mark?
We
Yes,
do. We
all the
do.
time.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm so lost on the actual dates that we
Yeah.
have because
But
like
I
everything
can give
has been happening.
eras. So
Yes,
we're about to head
eras.
out to Japan
Yes.
in June,
Yes.
but then
Summer.
for summer we're doing a European festival run. We also have a little
Ooh.
like some
Headliner
headliners
shows.
sprinkled around. But I know that we're doing the U.S. and
Mhm.
in
fall.
Fall. In
Can't give
Canada.
exact dates because I don't know them. But
And
I know that
that's
we're
okay.
doing the fall.
It's very new.
Your
It's very new.
publicist knows them.
Yes,
Yes.
I hope
And
they
she'll
put
let
all
you
the
know.
links.
And then
No,
we're doing
but-
Canada.
And we're
then
doing Canada, with Evanescence and Hailstorm.
Whoa.
Which is we've toured with Hailstorm before, and that was
Oh my
amazing.
god.
It was so much fun.
Okay.
But now we're going with Evanescence and Hailstorm to Canada. We love
Mhm.
Canada. We're kind of
Damn.
afraid of the
Yeah, I knew this
cold.
was coming.
We're from Mexico, and we've always
Yes.
toured in like fall, winter, and it has not been kind to us at
Yeah.
all.
I'm sorry,
so
guys.
hopefully we break our Canadian
mean,
weather
curse.
curse.
October
Yeah.
has been the earliest that we've done it. Maybe. Oh no.
I have to say, if you're not from Toronto, October is a beautiful time to come to the city because it's not too cold, it's not too hot, it's perfect fall weather. It's hit or miss though, because I find that right before or after Halloween is when shit goes down. It's when it starts getting cold, okay? Not like winter cold, but cold. So I feel like they're doing Canada, but depending on where they are, obviously in Canada, that differs. But I'm talking about Toronto. They're coming October 30th. I have a good feeling about that day. I think it's going to be nice and cool. I don't think it's going to be too cold. I don't think it's going to be too warm. It's like sweater weather. You know what I mean? Maybe a light leather jacket on top, you know? Okay.
Oh,
No, we've done it in the
we
summer,
did
but we've
summer.
also gotten sick.
You're
Like
right.
Canada just likes to get us sick. But you know what? We love Canada.
We
and
love to
going
hear
there.
that.
So it's always like we're probably gonna get a fever and we're probably gonna
Yeah.
be playing while we're very sick. But you know what?
You're going to
We're
do it
already
anyway.
Let's go,
prepared.
Canada. Let's
We're
go, Canada.
prepared.
That is so cool that you're playing with Evanescence.
Yes.
Were you guys gonna say Satisfied for your dessert track?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna bring it there.
Rust like a machine, I will complete, I will obey, I will perfect my every move, my
I gotta
every
learn the words to these songs, you guys.
nothing of me left.
Okay.
Okay,
let's
yeah.
go.
Let's go.
I feel like there is that element with the harmonies, especially. It
they're
reminds me of all
beautiful.
like the early 2000s female fronted like emo groups
Okay.
that I
I
would
can see
listen
that.
to.
Yeah.
Do you know Company of Thieves? Did you listen to them?
No.
There's this great song called Death of Communication that was like
Okay.
my shit growing up.
Okay.
And it reminded me of that, but also like
I'll have to
totally
listen to it.
Evanescence.
It sounds like a
Okay.
super interesting title.
Yeah,
It's
that-
like,
that's
so
that sounds
good.
like
calling
a
me.
good song. Satisfied is one of those songs that just felt so much like us. Like it was just such born in such a natural way. And for me, so we started playing because of the Rock Band, the video game, the Rock Band.
Of course.
That's how we became a band, literally.
Yeah.
And we would constantly like play Paramore songs on the Rock Band.
Queen.
And for me, when I think of Rock Band, I think of like playing one of Paramore's songs in that video game.
Yeah.
And while we were recording this song, it was like, okay, this feels like a Rock Band song.
for
Like
sure.
this could be on the Rock Band. And when we practice it, I just close my eyes and I can see that little screen.
Oh my god.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, we made it work.
Yeah.
Like it just feels like it
That,
would
okay,
belong
sorry.
there. It would live.
That would be such a great music video idea for Satisfied if they could get Rock Band to like sponsor their music video. That would be so amazing. Make it happen. Rudy, make it happen.
there. And we have like those 3-part harmonies, which I feel very much like us. The three of us sing, so like we
Yeah.
make it work
I have
there.
a solo on the
You
song.
have a solo.
Oh my god.
Yes, you
It's
do.
fun. It's very fun because I use like this whammy to play the high octave, and that's just so much fun.
And Anna and I play like
Weird.
the whole song like together. I don't know how to explain it, but we're playing almost the same pattern like throughout the whole.
Yeah, you're like
freaking
matching the same
song.
rhythm. Yeah.
So practicing that has
That's
been
hard.
quite
And all the stops
fun.
we do, and we're just like, are they
It's
on time?
hard.
Are they not?
It's hard. Like technically, it's not like the hardest song that we have,
it's not.
but playing it correctly, like grooving correctly, doing all the stops how they should be.
That's the hard part.
Making
Yeah.
it feel right. Yeah.
It's the
But-
groove. It's like you can be playing all the right parts but not be locked in.
Exactly. So we're in the process of locking in for this new album, which we're doing on the road.
Yeah.
Which is like we're the only rehearsal time that we have is in sound checks.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so we have like
No.
15 minutes before the meet and greets, and we're like, just practice.
Wow.
And it's been insane. But honestly, there's also such a like an exciting part of like, you know what? We haven't practiced this, and people can't know that. Like we have to play
Yeah.
correctly,
Yep.
yes or yes, and like going on stage and you do get it right. Ooh,
Mm.
that's quite the feeling.
There's something about being on stage that like it all just comes together.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Yeah, really. I'm just remembering all the times where it hasn't.
Well, of course, the thing that you practice the most then goes wrong when you're on
Yes,
stage.
that does happen.
Tends to happen.
sure.
Or that your mind goes blank, and I'm like, what are the lyrics to the
Yeah.
song?
The song that I wrote.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that does
That's-
happen.
Of
that's
course.
quite a
insane.
lot.
Ugh.
So you
so
can't think on
exciting, though.
stage.
You can't.
No thoughts.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
tune out.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I have a couple of closing questions for you guys.
Yeah.
I'm curious. Talk about opening up for Avril Lavigne in France.
Yeah. That's kind of like a big.
For no reason,
For no-
I'd love to ask you about when you opened up for Avril Lavigne.
Okay, so
Yeah. We're
We're
about
about
Feeding
to.
her questions.
we
What's going
opened
on?
for her in July.
In July
In
in
France.
France.
That's so
very
random.
exciting. That is
Yeah.
so random, but it's so cool. We can't wait to
Sometimes
do
I'm
that.
so sorry. I can't believe we haven't mentioned it because, but there's just so much in our schedule sometimes that I forget. But when we got that news, like we were
I was
in a
so
green
happy.
room and we're
Yeah.
just like,
That's
It
And
was
we
a
couldn't
little
stop talking
celebration
about
moment.
it for that whole like
day.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
my
really.
inner child like would never like I would be at peace.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
same. I feel like once we're there, we're gonna be
Like, it'll
freaking
hit-
out. We're
it'll
gonna be
hit
like,
me.
You're gonna
Yeah,
like
it'll
hang
hit
out with
me.
her probably.
Well,
think?
hopefully we get to say
Hopefully.
hi to her.
Yeah.
I'll be
I feel
happy
like
to just
they'll
say
say
hi.
hi.
You're the coolest.
See her
Thank
in
you.
the flesh.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
Very exciting. We're honored, honestly.
I hope you
Yeah.
guys do like a joint photo shoot together. I feel like your vibes would
Okay.
go really well.
100%.
We'll let her know.
100%.
Like, hey, do you want to just take photos
You'll
together?
DM. Hello,
Yeah.
Miss Levine.
Yes. Abby, like said, if we could have a photo shoot, that would
Me
be great.
vouching for you. I love this. Okay, my closing questions. I would love to know if your music was a candle, what would it smell like?
No
That's
one has
such a
ever
cute
asked us
question.
that. Okay,
Yeah, I'm just
actually, like I am
so
such a fan
excited.
of candles.
I love
you have
candles.
no
I love
idea.
candles.
I
Yeah.
don't. That's okay. We've been kicking
Okay.
each other.
Something with amber because I
Yeah.
just freaking love amber.
love
like it
amber
just
as
has to
well.
be there.
I feel like you know more about candles than I do, but I will resonate with that.
It's like a rock candle, and
Has to
I
be.
know that like tougher scents have like sandalwood or whatever, but I don't like sandalwood. I'm sorry.
Danny
I'm
almost
taking this
spit
very
out her
seriously.
water.
Something with amber,
Vanilla.
vanilla. Let's
It's
put
very
vanilla in
neutral.
there.
It's
It's very
very-
neutral, but like super nice. Like it just, it's a scent that everyone likes. And I want to be a band that everyone likes.
Oh my
So
God.
amber and vanilla candle.
There you go. And I
Okay.
think it would go like on a 3-piece kind of like three
Oh, three
candles.
wick
Because
candles?
Yeah.
there's
Because we're
three
three
of
candles.
us.
Go
Let's
ahead.
just go.
I feel like it should also have a wood wick, so it like makes a crackling sound.
I love that.
I like
Love
Me
that.
that.
encanta.
Okay, we just made the best candle
We
ever.
just
We need
created
to
a
start
candle.
making these.
Let's-
I'm like,
let's
I'm gonna
go.
start a
Actually,
candle
Put it on our
brand.
merch
Yeah.
store.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
write that down so we can
Yeah.
start selling merch. We'll give you your cut for sure.
No, you do your thing. I would also love to know what your favorite sounds are right now that are not music.
Okay. Oh, I don't know if this counts as music, but there's just something about a wind chime
Oh yeah,
that just it just makes me
I
feel
love wind chimes.
so good. It's just
That's
like a
awesome.
piece. I love it.
Mine is very. I'm so excited about these questions because they're so good.
Yeah.
I'm very into ASMR.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
There is this lady who's called the wood soup lady.
I've
And
seen her.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
amazing.
I've seen her.
So she just has a bowl made out of wood and she puts water in it and then she starts throwing like little
Yep.
like marbles but made out of wood and she has a wooden spoon and she's just like
Weird.
I came across the TikTok live once and I was like, oh, who watches this?
you're like
And stay.
I kept that on for like
Actually,
20
yeah.
minutes.
Yeah.
yeah, I fall asleep to that. I love it.
It's so good.
Fantastic.
So good.
Yeah.
I feel like the best sound for me is when it's nighttime and you're going to sleep and there's like thunder outside and rain and you just hear like the wind and the trees and like
You set it up.
Woo!
Yeah.
It's
That's like
so
a
nice. No,
soundtrack.
it's I feel like that's the best way to sleep. It's
Love
just
it.
like with
You're like,
thunder outside.
is.
I love
I
it.
need a
It's so
storm now.
Peaceful.
It's so peaceful. It's weird because it's not peaceful, but it is.
Thunder.
Thunder.
true.
No, but you snuggle up
It's
to it.
so
It's
nice.
good.
I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Damn, that makes me sad because we don't get a lot of storms in
Oh,
LA.
we don't
We
either.
don't get
We don't
it.
either.
Yeah.
We're
But
in
when
a
you
drought.
do, I'll like make myself stay up to listen to it.
Oh,
That's good.
Wow,
That's
dedication right there. You love a good
I
thunderstorm.
love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, my very final question for you guys is who are your ones to watch? Who are you listening to that I should be listening to?
Oh my
Ooh,
god.
I
Okay.
like that. Okay.
Okay.
You go first. Yeah.
I feel like they're gonna be really varied. I feel like everyone's watching her right now. I don't feel like I needed like people to know that I listen
I
to
know
her.
what you're
But
gonna say.
Chaperone.
I knew that's what you were gonna say.
adore
Yeah, me too. I
her.
was like,
I love her so much. I've been
she's so
following her
cool.
for like years and
Yeah.
years, and now that people are like getting like her hype, I'm so
Mhm.
excited about it because she totally deserves it. She's an amazing artist.
Aw,
I'm
I
super
love
excited
that.
100%.
to see what she does in the
I
future.
feel like you guys know my answer.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with L'Impératrice. They're a French band, and they're.
Ooh.
I feel like if you see them live, it's just I've never seen better musicians live. They're
Oh,
just
wow.
so good
They're great.
live, and their
They're
vibe is great.
insane.
Just love them.
Insane.
Ooh, that's exciting. Okay.
And I'm just gonna say, because I feel like they deserve so much hype, but Eruca Sativa, they're a band from Argentina.
Yes.
Ooh, cool.
They're incredible rockers. They're also a trio. And I just wanna, yeah.
Like
Yeah,
the world
push
should
them to
listen
the
to
front.
them.
The world
They're
should
amazing.
listen to them.
Yeah.
So good.
Oh,
For
I'm gonna
sure.
listen to both of those. Already a chapel stand
Yeah,
for
of
sure.
course.
But this is exciting.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you guys
Yeah.
for being here so much.
Thank
Yeah,
you. It
we
was
had
fun.
such a great time. Thank you for the great questions.
Yes.
Thanks,
Yes.
guys. Have
Thank
the
you.
best
Thank
time
you.
on tour and congrats on the album.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank
you
so
deserve
much.
all of the good things.
Oh, that's very kind. Muchas gracias.
Yes. Once again, this is Ones to Watch Chef's Choice. I'm Abby Kenna, and this is The Warning.
Woo, thank you so much.
You've been warned.
Yes, that's an actual thing. Like
Is it?
in
Yeah.
the OG fandom, like
It's like,
everyone would be
you've
like,
been warned.
"You've been warned."
Wait, I didn't know that.
I was like, she did her research.
I'm just honored. What can I say?
That is so funny. That is so funny that she thought she came up with that. The Warning Army's like, how dare you? Okay, guys, like I said in my last interview with The Warning, like I don't see how you guys are getting joy out of me watching these, but honestly, I'm going to watch them anyway, so I'm happy to react to them. I thought this interview was not... Okay, I can't compare it to Allison, right? Because Allison is just... Allison. She's like iconic when it comes to her interview style and just her questions and everything like that. I feel like this is an up and coming YouTube channel. That's what it felt like to me. I haven't done my research. I don't know how many like subscribers they have. I don't know anything. I don't really understand the concept either. Like I get the whole ones to watch. That makes sense. If you're Canadian and you notice the like the logo like I have here, but they have Ones to Watch in the background. It's like an O and then sort of like a T and then a W. It kind of reminds me of the CTV logo. I don't know why. I just, every time I see it, I think of CTV. So that's just random. So I'm just going to check out their YouTube channel really quick. So they have 12.8 thousand subscribers. Okay. The thing I'm curious about is that, is this like a podcast or is it a YouTube channel? I think that's where I want to know, because I feel like this could be listened to through audio only and still do it justice, but having the video there is just the plus. So I'm curious if this is more of a, you know, a podcast channel where you can just come to the YouTube channel and watch the video. So it says podcasts. Yeah, it's called Chef's Choice. Okay, that's where I was getting confused because I thought she was saying Steph's Choice. So there's 38 episodes. So I'm assuming this is on Spotify. I'm going to go check Ones to Watch. Yeah, it's on Spotify and it has just over 2,500 followers. Okay, so it's like a fairly up and coming podcast / YouTube channel, which is really exciting. And I think she's doing a great job. Her questions were wonderful. I feel like it was great for the Warning to get some questions that they aren't getting all the time. But I also feel like she could have done her research a little bit more. Not the whole you've been warned thing, like cute, you thought you came up with it, but nope. But it's hard when you're an interviewer and you might not be a fan. And that's how it kind of came across. Yes, she did some of her research. Yes, she had great questions. But I find that when you're interviewing a band, and this might just be me, because like when I did my interview with Greywind, not only did I come up with my own list of things that I wanted to ask them, and I already as a fan know their background story, but I didn't know the in-depths that they got into, which was really exciting for me to hear, but also depressing because it was kind of sad. But I watched every single interview that Greywind has ever done on YouTube. I watched all of them because I didn't want it to be a boring conversation of things that people were always asking them. And I know they haven't done a ton of interviews like The Warning has. So I feel like for The Warning, it's the same stuff over and over and over again. So this was nice to see different questions, them getting excited about, you know, the candle thing or, you know, what's the entree of your album kind of thing. So I love that. I also love the theme of this interview where she's like, who's your one to watch? I love that question. So yeah, I think it was great. I think editing wise, it needs a little bit of help. But other than that, I'm curious why they chose to like input the songs because of monetization. So maybe they got approval for that. That's what I hope anyway. But overall, it was a really cute interview. I think I can't remember her name. The host did a great job. She had great questions. She seemed very personable. And I'm fully going to subscribe to her channel because I think it's really cool to see someone who, like me, wants to share music with people and know their thoughts and hear what other bands are listening to. And like I always say, sharing music is a form of love. So I really appreciated this interview. I also loved just how much the girls really just opened up and said what they wanted to say. I feel like these girls do not get media training, but yet they don't need it. They're so wildly outspoken in the sense where they're just blunt, honest, and they get to the point, but they also like to have fun with it. I think Pau is an exceptional speaker when it comes to saying what she wants to say about her music. And I appreciate the way she kind of handles the interview more than the other two, because it's just really well descriptive. Like, it's just a really well descriptive way of explaining herself. And I love that about her. So this interview was great. I can't wait to do more stuff for the polls. I'm really excited. Are you guys going to laugh at my vinyl of the day? Because it's like, I don't have to tell you to go and listen to this. I don't have to tell you to go and listen to The Warning's new album. But since we're here, this is my vinyl of the day, which is technically the vinyl I'm spinning since I got it. I'm not spinning the picture disc. I'm spinning the black one. So if you want to see me open the black vinyl with the signed poster, it's on my YouTube shorts. So go check it out. But as a picture disc, this is absolutely flawless. Like, it looks literally like a picture. It doesn't, I know it's a picture disc, but like it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to spin this, and I'm not going to spin it because I don't want to ruin it. I have a bad feeling I'm going to ruin it, but I am going to open this up, put it in a better protective sealed case, just so it doesn't get ruined in any way or dusty. But yeah, this is wonderful. It's already getting dusty, which is crazy, and it's sealed still, but I'm really excited to at least take it out of this plastic thing, because I think somebody told me that it's better to take it out and then put it in one of those clear things and then maybe put it back into this. So that's what I'm going to do. Such a good album, you guys. My favorite songs, and I would love to know if you can tell me your like top 3 favorite songs right now. It's Escapism. It's Automatic Sun. I feel like I'll Apologize, and then Automatic Sun. I can never choose between the two, but Escapism right now I'm listening to a lot. It's just so good. So go give the Warning album Keep Me Fed another spin, and I'll see you guys next Wednesday.